Today we had a courtesy visit to the Niger Delta University. As you well know, it is the university that is the largest in Niger land, and the university that churns out a lot of IJAW people. And so the IYC is interested in everything that happens within its environment, including the institution. Interest to the point where whatever we do must be seen as adding value to the school. We had some complaints which we felt that it would be proper to discuss with the management of the institution, and so we went on a courtesy visit. We met with the Vice Chancellor and the Registrar and other members of the Governing Council, and first on the agenda that we discussed was the issue of infrastructure on campus. We talked about exams that are being written. Some students were complaining that after the ASU strike, they are rushing them into exams. So we discussed that. We discussed the student union government. We say the school wanted to set up a caretaker, and that the student wanted elections. Those were some of the issues we discussed. We also discussed the issue about rape within the university environment, the community, the Amasoma community, and young people constantly raping our girls. And so after the discussion, we went on a site visit of some of the abandoned projects on the university campus, and we felt that this would be the best medium to educate the people. On the issue of the academic calendar, the Vice Chancellor explained to us that it's not that people were being rushed, that it was only the Faculty of Education that had concluded its lectures, so they are going to exams. Those that have not concluded their lectures, they are already given time to conclude their lectures before the student go to write exams. Don't forget that the NUC guideline states that a student must have completed lectures a minimum of 2 weeks before exams. And so it was on that strength that we felt worried to say, when students are complaining, let us see what management has to say. But fortunately for us, the management are taking into cognizance these factors and set a timetable that was not rigid to accommodate those that have not concluded their lectures. And so that issue was handled properly. We looked at the issue of the SUG. Because of the timetable that they have, you know that the school management actually want an election that will carry all students along. But if you want to conduct elections today, some students are facing their books because of the exams. So they resolved to setting up a caretaker process. Even at that, we advised that why not pick from the faculty leadership. If every faculty has a president, faculty president can form a small caretaker committee, a small committee, because they were elected at the faculty level, instead of just picking individuals and then accusations will be flying left, right, center. Pick the faculty presidents who have already been elected in a process to run the union for the given period before the electionary time. So that was an advice anyway, because most of those issues were internal issues that they needed their own internal mechanism to resolve, and so we advised at that level. On the area of infrastructure on campus, we went around. We were actually not impressed with what we saw. Most of the structures there are temporary structures. It is time for us to move to permanent structures. This is the only university that we have, and the only one we are proud of. We need to give it the best of infrastructure, because in order for a university to attract a lot of intake, it must have the necessary academic environment. And an academic environment in institutions that stand the test of time is the structures that are around it. And so we appeal to government, the NDDC and other institutions to go and complete some of the projects that are abandoned, because we went around the school, found out that projects were being abandoned, hostel buildings, the library, for instance. You have an institution that has 12,000 students, and then the library capacity will only carry for 1,000. In such an environment, then it is not conducive for the school. So we are saying that the library that have been abandoned all those who were involved in the process should begin to pick up and complete those projects. NDDC have abandoned projects, road projects that are not seeing the light of the day. Just as the president have instructed that the new NDDC board complete all existing projects, they must go to NDU and complete those projects. Because yes, those twin hostels abandoned, roads, internal roads in the university abandoned. In fact, you cannot access the permanent site from the campus today. You have to go outside and go around through the abandoned entrance gate. So these projects will not mean well for our environment, and therefore we call on government and institutions, ETF and all that. We will formally write to these institutions, showing them some of these clips that we have picked, to say that they must complete them for our IJAW youths to be able to have a habitable university environment. The most important issue is the issue of rape. The community, Amasoma, have been recording a high level of rape cases against young girls. Young girls go to class to read and come out and then they are raped, and nothing happens. So these people who perpetrate this act are working freely in the community, and every day they are emboldened to carry out more of these actions. And so we use this medium to call on the communities. This matter is a very serious matter. It must begin to form the basis of discourse at community level, the basis of engagement in the university level, and IYC is taking it seriously. Our young girls, our daughters, our sisters cannot go to school to acquire knowledge and yet get defiled by unforeseen circumstances. And so we are frowning at it, and this discourse have just begun. Community must begin to mobilize against such elements that are hiding under their community. Amasoma is a very peaceful community. Amasoma has benefited so much from the university. There's virtually no family that does not have a staff in the university. And if the university is providing jobs for the community and engaging the people, a whole lot of small businesses have sprung up in Amasoma because of the university. It is the onus of the community to protect that university and protect the students of that university. Anything that concerns that place, because that is where you feed, must be protected by the community. If we are frowning at it, we will not just leave it as it is. We are going to do everything possible. We are going to engage security agencies. We are going to engage the students. We are going to engage the communities to ensuring that we stop this trend. Our children are in other schools. Other people send their children here and you go and rape them. What kind of image will it have on the integrity of the IJAW man outside this place? And so it's not going to be about Amasoma alone. IYC will be going around all the institutions in IJAW land to assess what is going on, to assess the infrastructural development in those schools, so that we can go to the doorstep of government and ensure that the right thing is done. And so that visit was an interesting one, because the entire student community, the student union government was part of the delegation. The IJAW students were part of the delegation. The NOBS president was part of the delegation. So it was a full house, and these issues were extensively talked on. We are looking forward to meeting again. The discussions have just started. It's going to be discussion. We will engage the entire student body. IYC is taking very seriously the student union, because that's where that's the breeding ground for future leaders, and so we want to guide them properly, that when they come out to society, their conduct will be one that will reflect graduates not only from a university but graduates from IJAW universities, and we want them to stand out, and in standing out we will affect the society positively. Thank you.